in keeping with our standard practice, I think we are going to dive in to our draft. So, Rattlorian, hold on to your seatbelt. We'll pay our entry fee. And here we go. Well, there's a bomb rare. Yeah, that's a really strong card. Okay, so I suspect it's going to be our pick. Other ones that are worthy of consideration might be this guy for blue-white flyers, pacifism. Leafkin Druid and Rabbit Bite are obviously strong in green. Strangely enough, I actually have two of these already in my arena collection. I think I picked them up both in drafts. Certainly one of them was in a draft. I can't imagine taking anything here besides a Johnny. Do you have any thoughts as to a better pick beyond that? All right, let's give it a go. All right, so obviously we'd very much like to play this, but I still believe in the Ben Stark drafting the hard way approach, so we're going to see what else we have here. Okay, so Woodland Champion actually could benefit from putting these tokens into play, so that's a possibility. Brontodon, of course, is just stronger in general. Reduced to Ashes is an okay removal. Shock is good removal. White and red, not so much of a thing. Dawning Angel is fine to support the white approach. White-black for as a life gain thing. The only black card here is this, which does not impress me. Okay, so considering all of those, I feel like the best choices at this juncture would be either of these green cards, possibly the Shock, and that's probably really it. The Dawning Angel, not terrible. I would love to get some input, because any of those represent pretty different directions for us. Green, white, wide. Brontodon is great for sure. This is better for the go white style though. Yeah, I think Brontodon is my inclination at this point also. But as I say, this has a go wide. Hey Five, good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you on a stream. I hope everything's been good with you. So Five, yeah, Johnny was our first pick. Hello, old sick back. Boy, it's great to see all you guys here today. 7-1 today with a draft that had the Ajani. That's fantastic. The Dawn 4 life could still be black. I mean, the life game. Yeah, I hear that. Alright, so we could really go... Oh, you didn't even draw him? That's funny. So we could really go into either of a couple of different directions here. The Angel does support a life gain approach. It keeps us on color. But again, I feel like either of these might be stronger than the Angel as a thing. Wouldn't mind seeing some votes actually on the Deckmaster overlay. Yeah, I agree. The Dino is strong. Old Sickback has been giving me very good advice. I'm going. Green White, the champion, should be very good too. I agree with that. I'll be honest. I feel like it has to be one of these green cards. I would be very surprised if we see no more Dawning Angels. I am going to go for the Brontodon. I think in a vacuum it's better, and we're not even sure that we're going to be a green-white, go-white kind of thing just yet. Let's go with that. Let's see what happens. Okay, Season of Growth is a definite possibility here. The Griffin Protector, you know, it doesn't help us with life gain per se. I think the chances of the Brontodon wheeling are not that high, and that ship has sailed anyway. Aerial Assault might not be bad, actually. Season. What season are we looking? Oh, the Season of Growth. The Season of Growth is. Have I played with it yet? Oh, Wield the Season. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm actually kind of liking the Aerial Assault here. It's reasonable removal. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that is our pick at this moment, unless somebody can give me a pretty solid argument for any of these others. You like the Griffin over the Assault. Interesting. Yeah. And again, I think I like the Assault. I really do like my removal. I'm going to go with that. If I'm wrong, so be it. Okay, here's more life gain possibilities. I agree it's not, well, you know, it is and it isn't, because it is straight up removal as long as the creature is tapped. So, you know, that is a condition, but it's not a bad condition. The Overcome could be good if we do continue with our go wide approach. The Heartpiercer Bow is interesting. Chaplain is yeah, I hear that. The Overcome might be interesting actually at this juncture. The Feral Invocation is fine. The Bow is alright also. I think I like either the Invocation or the Overcome at this point. The Chaplain is not bad if we end up with one or two Pridemates. Yeah, I am leaning towards the Overcome. Just out of curiosity, is our voting function on this Deckmaster overlay working or not working? I am liking the Overcome, I have to say. It has pulled out a number of games. All right, so you know, let me visit the Deckmaster and let's see. Installed Arena, that's fine. Deckmaster, no help there. I'm just checking the settings on the Deckmaster overlay. Position drafting. Yeah, I'm having the same problem, Radalorian. Let's see, Stream Decker, nothing there. Preview. Okay, on the preview, it's working fine. Drafting. So the draft loading is on. So let me turn it off and turn it on again. Maybe that'll help. The positioning is fine, and the status. All right, let's try that. I don't know if that made a difference or not. All right, I'm going to confer with some of the other streamers as I encounter them in the future to see what's happening with that. In the meantime, I think we're going to take our Overcome, and let's see what may come next. The Foot Soldier, only if we're interested in speculating on a bunch of other Foot Soldiers as we progress. I think I actually like the Crasher better, just as a solid creature. Yeah, I think the Crasher is what we want at this point. I can't imagine anything else really, unless people like the foot soldiers. Yeah. The tracker or the pup will help us with our Go White theme. So, okay, 5. Tell me why you like the tracker or pup over the Crasher. In green-white. Okay, I hear that. Okay. I like the pup when it has synergies with either come into play effects or with tokens. I will say with the overcome, the pup looks interesting. Sorry, what is the light? The two body. Yes, I agree with that. Fine stuff. So that leaves us actually with either the tracker or the Crasher if the pup does wheel. We're likely to see any of these again, actually. Maybe that we're overthinking it. Let me see what else he says about it. He does like this in an elemental deck. And the fact that its trample is okay, but not amazing. I would really love to get some voting in here, but not an option. Okay, so if you don't mind voting the hard way, let's see. So never seen a Crasher wheel. I'll go ahead and take the tracker now, but I really don't want to end up with a bunch of them. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So here we have almost nothing for us. A lot of blue cards. The Glade is terrible for us, except for the little bit of life gain. I think it has the Inquisitor. Yeah. Well, yeah, but as elementals go, it's not very good. So if we're sticking with white-green, and then the Inquisitor, which is not very exciting. I have to say all these other cards are similarly unexciting. Alright, Inquisitor it is. This is all bad. Oh, the Loaming Shaman is not bad to help us to refill our library. I think the Shaman is okay. We're still a little bit low on removal, but we're early into the draft. I think it's the Shaman. Any reason not to take the Shaman? Yeah. Okay, if there are any other opinions, great. Mo. Is that a mo or a no? Or is it a Three Stooges reference? Okay, so old Sickback, which do you like better? The key? The manifold key by making unblockable? Yeah. I think I like the Shaman the best here. The key, I'll be honest, I haven't played with the key yet. Yeah, let's go with the Shaman. There is nothing for us here. I guess we could possibly start to collect some bows. Having 3 or 4 bows is always fine. It's often fine. I don't know about always, but it's often fine. Check something real quick here. I do see a new name in our chat room. I'm not going to call anybody out, but anybody who's new, if you want to chime in, always happy to hear what you have to say. I think it's the bow, unless there are any other suggestions here. I can't imagine what else we might take. Let me just turn up the volume on this monitor. Okay, we'll take that bow and see what else may come. Lots of black cards. Some definite playable cards. I don't think we're heading towards a life gain heavy kind of situation. It's either the ox or the raptor. Hello, Angstadillo. Angstadillo, I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Welcome to our stream. It is a pleasure to see you here. The fleet is not bad. I don't know if black is where we might be going. On the other hand, we're not really missing out on anything if we do take it. I'm fine with that. Epicure in case life gain makes sense. Yeah. The blood. Yeah. You know what? It is splashable, and if life gain is a thing for us, that makes sense to me, guys. That does. Another Inquisitor. I'm not really happy on stocking up on these Inquisitors, but in this pack there's really nothing else except for this Raptor. I think it has to be it's either the Inquisitor or Raptor. Is there any reason to take the Raptor over the Inquisitor? It has to be the Inquisitor, unless somebody gives me a cogent argument otherwise. And in the absence of any comments... Yep. Here we go. Good boy. Black, red, no thank you. The Wolfkin Bond as a possible go-wide thing. Yeah. Or the Bone Splinters if we splash black. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think the Splinters, the Bonds, you know, conceivable, but... I think I'd rather take the Bones at this point, because it is removable, it is splashable. Excuse me, it is splashable, and we are almost sure to take another, to see another Bond. I think I like the Splinters here. Okay, if we splash, I can't see splashing black for these guys, so I think the other bow is what we want. Alternately, Soulmender for more life gain. Yeah, that's actually a possibility. Trouble is the real linchpin for life gain for us. Yeah, the Epicure of Blood. Sure, Soulmender. This could be shaping up into one heck of a strange deck. Okay, these are all terrible. I will take this for the collection. I'll take this in case we end up in more black. Soulmender doesn't... Okay, and... we're not in green yet. We have 3 cards, and both of them are pretty heavy commitments for green. The Foot Soldier, bleh. Wow, this is a really bad pack. This is a very bad pack. I could take this for my collection. I could take this in case we see any blue cards that we really like. I could take another Soul Mender. The Chaplain. So when you say the land, there are 2 lands in here. I'm assuming you mean the Tranquil Cove. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, this is a really terrible pick. A terrible pack, rather. I'm liking the Temple, I guess. It seems unlikely to make our deck unless we see some sick blue cards coming along. Let's go with that. Oh boy. Raise the Alarm is not terrible. Scuttlemutt is also not terrible. We could possibly pivot over to blue, but I don't think so at this point. Maybe pivot over to white-blue. Oh boy, I don't like the way this deck is going, to be honest. Raise the Alarm, maybe. Scryano Land is very good, no question. I certainly agree with that. The Fencing Ace, Raise the Alarm is certainly playable. The Sentinel is fine. That is true. I'm always afraid of the old 2-for-1. I'm not seeing a lot else that we really would be missing out on. Not in black and abandon the black cards. Blue, on the other hand, seems viable. Yeah, that is something. The Frostlinks is great. In fact, I am going to take this. I'm going to take these black cards and put them in the side for now. We can remember that we have them. Can't live our life in fear. That is true. I think I like the Scuttlemutt a little bit better than the Ace. In the hope that we'll get something worth ramping into. I'm going to go for the Scuttlemutt. Yeah. Okay, we keep seeing a bunch of blue cards. We could possibly, consider pivoting over into a blue-white sort of a build. If we do that, the Warden is fine. The Unsummon is fine. So 5. Are you advocating sticking with the green plan? The Troll is so-so. These are both fine. The Barkhide or the Captain. All right, so yeah, the 3/3. Okay, so it sounds to me like Angstadillo is looking for the blue pivot. Oh boy. All right, guys, here's what I'm going to do before we go anywhere else. All right. Here's what we're looking like so far. Okay. So we are still early in Pack 2, so we have a ways to go. Our white cards are, if you look at them in a vacuum, they're actually not that impressive except for the Ajani. Okay? So it would be possible to just ditch white altogether. It would be possible to ditch black altogether. And our green cards, although fine, are nothing amazing. Okay? So if you think about it, our overall power level is questionable, and it's not like we're so solid in any of our colors. Do you agree or disagree with this evaluation at this juncture? Okay, so Angstadilio is advocating to stay in white for the Ajani. That is an absolute defensible position for sure. I value old Stickback's advice. I value Radalorian's advice. I value Five's advice. You've all proven yourselves in past streams. Okay. So Angstadilio is making good arguments. And again, if there are any comments on my assessment of things so far. Okay. So both of those are pointing. So both of your arguments are pointing towards the troll. That is making sense. Okay, so white-green is looking like where we may be going. Let's move these black cards back again. I'm going to change the view so I can see things better. And Barkhide Troll is where we're going to go. That is true. And if we can pick up a primate as we go along, that would be fine. Okay, so in our likely colors of white and green, we're looking at the Spider, which is fine. The Sentinel is fine. The Inspired Charge is good in a green-white go-white deck, which is not really shaping up so far. Okay, so the 1-2 charge. Oh, 1 or 2 charges. I hear that. I do like the Spider, Mender, Inquisitor, Shaman. One of these, one of these. I'll be honest, I like the Spider better also. Happy to hear from... Yeah. That makes sense to me. You know, if I'm going in the wrong direction, then I'm the one who will be paying the price, right? And here's another Inspired Charge anyway. Gauntlet of Light is an interesting card. I've seen it used to good effect by other people. And it does kind of blank the sleep paralyses that you are seeing. Yeah, the Gauntlet of Light, as I was just saying. And again, I think we're likely to see more of these things. Yep, let's go with that. Oh, and by the way, guys, you know, feel free to check out our Discord. The traffic in there has been kind of minimal, but good traffic is as good traffic does, if you know what I mean. We could go for a Chaplain. I think I like the Vorse Call a little bit better. We do not have a lot in the way of higher end creatures. Yeah, I'm inclined to go with that as well. Okay, so Angstadilio, Radalorian. Okay, so thank you for your help so far, Radalorian. When you come back, I look forward to more of your thoughts. Claw it is. Alright, so we have a number of things going on here. The Invocation is a fine trick. It actually would work well with oh no, we didn't pick up the ace. The Fencing Ace. Never mind on that. The Chaplain is fine. A fine 2-drop. This is a fine trick for going wide. They're all fine. How many creatures have we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I guess, 9, 10. My inclination right now would be the chaplain, I think. What's our curve like? That's a good question. Here's what we're looking like so far. You like the moment of heroism due to the curve? I'm not crazy about moment of heroism in general, although the lifelink, of course, is always fine. Excuse me. I'm willing to go with angst. How do you say? Do you mind if I call you angst? Do you mind if I call you angst? Let me know, yay or nay, on angst as a nickname. Okay. Yes, on the invocation. Invocation. I do like invocation better than the heroism. It's a little bit more, but it does have flash and it stays put. I am going to go with that. We have a Scorpion. Another Invocation. I think Scorpion is what we want right here. Scorpion is definitely one of the better ground blockers in the set. Here's another Soulmender. Lucky us. A weapon. I may just pick this up for the collection. Oh, Salvager of Ruin. Have you guys been getting good work out of the Salvager? I don't know how much of a go white thing we really have going. I don't mind picking those up if or when they present themselves. The only two possibilities here for us right now are the Soulmender, which we already have one. I don't know that we want a bunch of them. The Ruin. Has anybody seen good work out of it? I haven't played with any yet. From the other side, Smith. The Weaponsmith. I assume you're talking about for the collection. Two situation. I'm inclined to think of that. We have the dual. That's interesting. Splash blue for a weaponsmith and hope to pick up some more bows. That's very interesting. I actually kind of like Angst. Sorry, I'm kind of liking Angst's reasoning here. Obviously, some of you disagree with it. Again, the other picks here are sort of meaningless because I don't see either of these going into the deck. Based on Angst's analysis, I feel like this has a higher possibility of making the deck, and these others not so much. I really wish our vote function would come into play. So I'm assuming 5 that you think we should just bows wins games. That is true. Having multiple bows can be a real thing. And splash on one means that you can't cast them on curve and reliably use them. That is true. If we are main blue. Okay, so based on everything, in balance, I feel like it has to be another Soulmender. Yeah, okay. 5 again, you're as much as you tried. Okay, so I need to put in a coin flip. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to do this on. Okay, so. Okay, I'm actually going to do this. Okay, so coin flip. So heads, it's going to be Heads is going to be Weaponsmith, and tails it'll be, I guess, the Soul Menders. Okay. Whoops. Okay, I'm not looking at it. I'm going to put it on my... you can see I'm looking at you guys. Okay, I'm not looking at it. It's on my hand. Okay, and I'm going to now show it to the camera. Okay, what is that? Can we see it? That is... Alright, I'll have to tell you that is heads. Weaponsmith it is. Okay, let's go back to our main view. And pull these other things up. Weaponsmith it is based on the toss of the coin. Okay, what have we got in this pack? We do have a Johnny. Yes, that is true. Okay, so here's our Inspired Charge. I think that's going to be our pick right now. Okay. Let me just see one thing real quick. Okay, and again, some new names in our chat room. Guys, feel free to join the melee. So right now it has to be Inspired Charge. There's nothing else here that is even remotely conceivable. Wow, look at all these blue cards. That's crazy. The only one that I'd even consider at this juncture is Unsummon. I'm certainly not going to stock. It's too late to start stocking up on these, and this is obviously not splashable. Yeah. Fleet. Okay. Okay. So Old Sick back. You have to tell me, is Fleet a serious recommendation, or are you smiling to yourself here? Okay. I'm going to take the Unsummon. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Another Inspired Charge. I like it better than the Compute. I'm not going to include a blue bad counterspell for splashing. Indenture. Yeah, it has to be another charge. Prismite is just awful. I guess Crab. And Zephyr Charge. Boy, all these blue cards coming through. Wow, look at that bomb. Too bad for us. Another Area Assault. Let's splash red. Yes. I would love to take Drakaseth. I already have at least 3 in my collection. Not going to take it. I would love to be in red, but it's kind of late for that. Oh boy, I really wish our chat stream could pick up body language, because I'd love to see. Blade, what blade are we looking at? The Ancestral Blade? The blade's not bad. I'll be honest, I like the Assault a little bit better for removal. How deep are we in green-white? Take a look for yourself. Okay, so our green is fine, but nothing amazing, quite frankly. If we were to dump... oh, that's... okay. Just as a side remark, who is your commander on that deck? I'm just curious. Meanwhile, I guess we could pivot into white-blue. Rian, interesting. So the blade is fine. I actually haven't played with it yet, but I am not averse to it by any means. I like the Assault for more removal, because we are very, very low on removal right now. I am okay on the blade. If we had the Prismite from the last pack, Prismite is such a bad card. I'm okay with the blade. Any objections to the blade? And I would really like to see, this is best of one. Okay. I'm not sure what you're disagreeing with. 5, yeah. Sorry. This is best of one. I guarantee it. Okay, apologies. Really? Okay. So are you seriously advocating the Drakaseth and prioritizing all fixing that we can find? Yeah, okay. I think so too. Okay, so here we are. We say goodbye to Drakaseth with regrets. I'm not interested in rare drafting at this point. As I said, I already have 3 jacket sets in my collection, and that's fine. And I have a ton of wild cards that I can use. We do not, unfortunately. So I agree. It's a bit late to bring in this triple red guy. So having said all that, if we stay green, the spider is fine. Alternately, we can get the blade, which is also fine, and area assault for removal. And there we are. I would say if I were doing this by myself, I would pick up either the blade or the assault, or possibly even the spider, because the spider is a fair stonewaller. I'm happy to look at our curve again. I'm going to put this unsummoned to the side for the moment. The spider is a fine choice. 5 likes the blade. Angst likes the spider. I am going to go with the blade. It has a lot of flexibility, I think, and it comes into play a lot quicker. And again, possible go wide upsides. Let's go with that. Here's another troll. That's not terrible. Here's another prismite. No dragon. I'm sorry, guys. It's pretty late to start going into this heavy. Maybe the dragon wheels. Okay. So the ace is okay with our invocation. It's okay with our inspired charges. It's not terrible. Vile Dragonfire for some bad removal. Troll for another, okay card. And that was my sneeze for the stream. I hope that was the only sneeze for the stream. I'm okay with the ace. Any objection to the ace? Angst likes the troll fine. The fact that it's double green scares me off just a little bit because it's the kind of card we'd much rather get into play earlier. Yeah, there's really nothing else here of note. Okay, I'm willing to entertain one more opinion on troll versus ace. In the absence of those, I think I'm leaning towards the ace a little bit. And in the absence of those, we'll click on the ace. Boy, look at these red cards that are coming through. Well, as we say, c'est la vie. Disenchant is not of interest to us. In green, the pup for a possible go wide stuff. I think I like the spider better. We already have 1. Having 2 is not a bad thing. Yeah, spider would be my pick as well. Any other thoughts? Let's hear them now. Okay. I know Angst has been advocating for the Go White theme, which we're not kind of there, but not so much. Creature counts brings us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So our creature count's not very high. Pup would bring us up to 14. I think the spider is better. I'm sorry, Angst. I am going to go with the spider. Pulse of Marasa is not bad. I'm tempted to take that. This would be good to help us for the possible splash. Another pup. Indeed. So possibilities here are pup, falls, Marasa. This keeps alive the weaponsmith, but I'll be honest, it's not looking so good at this point because we have only the one bow and only the one weaponsmith. So I feel like that brings us to a likely pup or Marasa. I do like the pulse. I do like the pulse. The life gain and pulling. What are some of the creatures that we would want to get back? The Forest Claw, the Mud, the Brontodon, the Shaman. We have no pups yet. You know what? I'm sorry, Angst. You keep advocating for the pup. I am going to take the Marasa. Yeah. Okay. God's Willing is not bad. We may go for that. Another spider. The axe is not bad. Willing, I think it has to be either God's Willing or axe at this point. Although a third spider is, fine. I think God's Willing. Yeah, I like it. The Druid is not bad. The Angel is not bad. Evolving Wilds, again, I feel like our third color splash is nearly dead. The Druid is good and the Angel is good. The life gain is fine. Yeah, I'm happy with the Druid. We may do another coin toss. Alternately, one more opinion from one of our lurkers. We don't have anything that's so rampable, and we're certainly not interested in an elemental theme at this juncture. Okay, coin toss. Okay. I'm going to do it again, so hang on a minute. Let's do this a little bit better. Okay, so here's our coin toss, and this is the result. Can you see what that is? Tell me. That is a heads. Dawn it is. By the way, heads will always be. Let me fix this screen. Heads will always be the one that occurs first in the pack. Okay. So now we want our Sentinel. Either that or the Growth Cycle. We already have Battle Tricks in these Inspired Charges, so Sentinel is what we want. Whoops. Sorry about that. Okay, now you can see. Sorry about that, guys. Don't worry, I haven't clicked on anything. Here we are. That's a new setting on my streaming software, so I need to get a little bit used to it. Sentinel. Again, in the absence of any cogent arguments otherwise. Okay, there we are. Diamond's Knight, a healer. I'm not going to take the hammer, although it could be interesting for my collection. Is there any reasonable likelihood that this Diamond Knight will make our deck? The hammer. I'm willing to take the hammer, but we're not going to play it. The equip 8 is insane. Not as a playable, right. Okay, so I agree the Knight is better. Old Spec, do you think there's a reasonable likelihood that it could make this deck? Because if not, I would rather actually take the hammer for the collection. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Boy, these fencing aces just keep coming back. All of these are worthy of consideration. I wouldn't mind another aerial assault. We have hardly any removal. No rabbit bites came our way at all. Unfortunate. Yeah, I think it has to be the assault. Yeah. I'm with you on this one, Angst. We're gonna go with that. Dragonfire for more bad removal. Really, that's all we have. We have the Brontodon to get rid of a bad or a troublesome excuse me, artifact or enchantment. May have to play the Vial. Yeah, I'm agreeing with that. These are all meaningless. A Plummet. I'm going to go in the sideboard. Conceivably, we might main deck it, but it seems unlikely. Sentinel, unfortunately. I think we like the Sentinel. Really? Actually, the Ox can be good with Gauntlets of Light. It suddenly becomes a 6/6. I'm willing to take the Ox. Why the heck not? Another Soul Mender and this. Okay. This is a monstrous deck, and I don't mean that in a good way. Okay, so I think our blue splash is Gonzo. One bow. Sorry, I'm not going to play one bow by itself. The Scuttlemutt may not be necessary. I feel like these two Soul Menders are kind of pointless. Alright, what shall we cut? Lots of things that we could cut. First, let me see how many creatures we have. We have 18 creatures, so that's plenty. Two Soul Menders, I think, is more than we need. Yep. I agree with you, Angst. The Inquisitors, I think having two is probably two more than we want. Cut the threes. What threes are we talking about? One charge if we play the Overcome. In order to do overcome and charge at the same time, we need 9 mana. Misaki, I didn't know who was making that comment. It's great to see you. I don't know if I agree with that, because if we want both of these to happen at the same time, which would be pretty awesome, the game has to go pretty late for that to be a real thing. So, I don't know about keeping them. Well, we could do one or the other. That's interesting. Alright, we need to cut. We could conceivably cut a land, actually, because we top out at 6, and we do have a tiny bit of... Nah, I don't think so. You'd cut the dragon... I hear that, but we are very light on removal. All we have are these 2 aerial assaults. Where'd they go? Where'd the aerial assaults go? There they are. I'm willing to also cut the Greenwood Sentinel. 1 charge, 1 overcome. I hear that. Okay. 5, you're saying yep 2. Cut the mutt. I hear that. So Angst likes the ox, especially with the gauntlets. We could cut the gauntlets, actually. But again, the gauntlets is fine, and it does dodge the paralysis, although poorly. I do like the ox with the gauntlet. I'm bringing it back for now. It may get cut. That is true. I do like the Looming Shaman because it can, especially if you see it later in the game, it can shuffle tricks and creatures back into the library and increase your chance of drawing more action. Do you guys agree with Angst? How many creatures have we got again? At this juncture, we have 15 creatures. We could cut the blade. We could cut God's Willing. That is true. The Sentinel is it is a poor creature. This brings our creature count down to 14. Oh, that's still okay. Yeah, the Sentinel, I agree with that. Here's where we are so far. We should cut 1 more. 15 if you count the blade. Good call. What do you guys think of cutting a land, going with 16 lands? Again, because we are not too high a curve here. We really curve it mostly at 3. Okay, I'll be honest. Oh, the trample is good. But these are not huge creatures. I think I would almost rather keep the charge and drop the overcome. Cutting Maras is that's not a terrible idea. I like the life gain, but you know, as has been said here on other comments, we cannot live in fear. If we cut Marasa, this is what we look like. We have the 1 overcome, the 1 charge. If we can make them both good during the course of a game, that would be interesting. And here we have a incredibly unimpressive looking green and white deck. But I would say no matter what we put in, it's still going to look unimpressive. Vorst, it doesn't necessarily need evasion. It's still a 7/7, which there's a limit to how much they can chump block it. I'm willing to give this a try and see how it plays out. I'll give our lag and our delay a chance for you guys to make additional suggestions. Okay, I'm clicking done. Let's try a game and let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we'll get unlucky. Maybe we'll have totally average luck. Who knows? Okay, there's our ox. Our troll, if we draw a farce quickly, that's great. This can come out on turn 3, so we have a 1-drop, we have a 2-drop. I think this is fine. Are there anybody who is hell bent on a mulligan here? Excuse me. Sorry for the coughs. All right, let's bring out our ox, and thank goodness we cannot hear the other guy laughing at us. Our opponent is named Nicholas D. Wolford. Why are we playing the ox again? It's not a horrible blocker, and with gauntlets of whatever that thing is, it could be fine. Right. So Misaki, we kind of leaned towards light because our Packlin Picklin was a Johnny. Let's play this silly guy. Excuse me. And we could attack with the ox, but obviously that's pointless. Great. So on the one hand, it has to be this, and we can save this. Okay, so let's attack first. Yeah. Next, we play our troll and we hold this up if need be. Pretty sure that's the play. As you see, I am committed to it. Let me check this ability. This does require 1 mana to activate. Okay. Okay, I hear that 5. Listen, if we feel like the Yoked Ox is a complete joke in this deck, we can change it up for games 2 or beyond. Smuggler. Okay, well that's interesting. We're going to attack with both of these, see what he does, and then we'll follow it up with a spider. If he offers to trade with the smuggler, I'm willing to let that happen. Okay, strong argument there. Yeah. So we'll deal him 5. And spider comes out. The truth is, guys, we have a lot of really not good cards in our deck, and I feel like no matter how we slice it, we're going to have some not good cards that are showing up. And in order to maximize those not good cards, they're going to depend on some other cards to make them slightly better. if you hear what I'm saying. Alright, let's send this guy in. Let's side those guys in again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I'm willing to play the shaman to bring our troll back. Or I could just play... I'm going to do the ace, actually, and hold up everything else. Alright. Well, we're sending in our 2 guys, no matter what. I can't do the invocation on the ace, because the invocation costs 3. Is it worth info? Okay, I'm open to suggestion here, guys. I could feral invoke one of these guys in order to maximize things, or I could hold up the fencing ace for later, but then I think that's what I have to do. Just let these go and then play the ace. I think that's the play. And then hope to get the invocation. Yeah, that is my thinking also. Another planes would be nice. We don't have it, we have to manage without. Let's see, if I can get the invocation on him, he becomes a 6/6. Or he can swing for 6. Interesting. It says played, okay. Sentinel, okay. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, so we're gonna send in... we're gonna send in these 3 guys and threaten to... Because worst possible case, I'll make some not terrible trades. Okay, I think I have to send in our 3 creatures that can do some real stuff. Actually, I could send in the Ox also. Let's hold him back as a blocker. What does this do? Protection. So... swing, swing, swing. Let's see what he does. Okay. So these could trade. I could trade these 3. They just bounce. I think I'm okay trading these. I'm open to suggestion, guys. I really am. I would love to hear suggestions. If I were by myself with no team helping me out, Feral Ace and God's Willing Inquisitor, or... Okay, I could save all. I could put this on this, and put this on this. Alright, that's what we're doing. Target creature. That's fine. And that's fine. Yep, that's it. And we pay our 1. Protection from red. I'm gonna put him on the bottom, I think. Alright, let's see what happens. Well, I mean, that's all true. He has more lands out. He has more cards in hand. So much for that. And now he has a 2/4. Vigilance. That's true. A deck like this, if it doesn't win early, then it's going to look worse and worse. And that aerial assault really took the wind out of our sails there. Let's make this a 3. Oh boy. No, we're going to make... Oh. 2, 3, so... I think I'm going to make... I think I'm going to bring this into play, equip him to make him a 3/3 and attack for 2. I can't imagine... Or I can make him a 1/5 actually. No. Alright, let's do the blade and try to keep pinging in. Okay, and now let's equip him. And oh. That's kind of pointless, isn't it? That is kind of pointless because I need him to block him. He'll become a 4/3. So, cancel. Yeah. I'd rather trade 2 for 2. That is. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Angst. Okay. Yeah, thank you. If need be, I can always... alright. Okay, so at this juncture, I am going to equip... I don't have any good attacks now. Alright, so let's equip our spider. And play the shaman. I'll target myself. And let's do all of them. And let's equip this guy. Yes, indeed, all true. And we're going to pass the turn. But he has 4 cards in his hand. That's turning into an okay game, I guess. If he has any bombs, then I am probably sunk. An Inquisitor. Sure, let's play this silly guy. Yeah, it's not going to help. I could have equipped and then threatened. We'll do that next turn. Yeah, I think equip and attack and threaten with first strike. I think that's well, let's see what he does first. Okay, yes, I do. Wow. He's main decking Reckless Airstrike. Good for him. So tell me, Anx, why would you not have shuffled any of those back? Trade Spider for Angel. I think I have to. I'm up creatures, but he has a dominant board condition, position because of his flyers and such. What do you think? Trade Spider for Angel? I think it's a yes. Trade Spider for Angel, yes or no? My vote is yes. I would rather decide before I run out of rope. Interesting. I'll go down to 10. I'll go along with that. And let's see what he does next. Okay, well there's the troll. Okay, so I am going to... he becomes a 3/3 for striker. No help there. And I can only threaten one of them. Ugh. Right. So again, no good attacks. Alternately, I could swing with everybody. What happens if I do that? He can block 2 of them. So he'll still take 3, 4, 5. That's what I need. Yeah. I was coming to that in my mind just as I see your remark. Another planes would be nice. Interesting.
It's better than having a plan. Basically,
oh, and he has
anything.
another airstrike. Good for him. Or I can play it again, but there are no targets for him just yet. Okay, so... Okay, that's good. What are we going to draw? Four, 5, 6. I think I need to just pass the turn. Even no matter what I draw next, having missed a lance drop now is not going to make a difference. So I do appreciate all your help here, Angst. Oh, that's bad. That is bad. Well, all he can target so far is the smuggler. I mean the sentinel. 2 smugglers.
Study? Focus? I just want to burn stuff already.
Yep. Okay, so that's going to put me on a 5-turn clock if nothing good comes. Brontodon can get rid of this. I think I have to get rid of his blade to minimize the damage. Alright, but I can hold off on that. Dragon Mage? Really? That's bizarre. I'm surprised anybody's actually playing a Dragon Mage. Well, it may win him the game.
Together.
I am gonna whack the Brontodon and get rid of this guy. No, that is true, but it'll. I mean, that is true, but I'm thinking of minimizing the damage because 2 attacks plus this equals dead. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, that's true too. Okay, you convinced me. Interesting, if I double, well, let's see, I can chump block, well, not chump, but I'm going to have to chump block him, obviously. And hope to draw an aerial assault to get him. The game. Oh, that's interesting. Why bother? I'm not sure why he's doing that. Okay. Okay, so we have to block and chump block. And we'll see what happens. Assault would be nice right about now.
Focus? I just want to burn stuff already.
That is game. Because he will attack. Okay. There is no reason to draw this out anymore. So you may well have been quite correct on the Lomi Shaman call. Okay, so anybody who remains here, let me see who's in our chat and still. So anybody who's still here, do you want to take a look at the deck again and see if there are any changes that you think are worthwhile? Or plow ahead to game 2 and see if we can do any better. If you have no preference, I will go ahead to our next game. Okay, let's go for that. I know it's possible that you may well be in lurk mode at this moment and not hearing my questions. So I do see a few of my friends in here. I see, and as before, I see a couple of new names. Any folks who are new and can't hear me, or I'm sorry, are new and can't hear me, feel free to chime in with your thoughts. All right, we have a 2-drop, we have a 3-drop. We are good, and this on this could be interesting. Although we do like this Gauntlets of Life on the silly Yoked box. We lost. He kept hammering me with his flyers, and I just kept drawing lands. Okay, our opening hand here is not bad, and Let's hope we can seize and maintain an early edge. That would have been nice to see on turn 1, but here we are. So I'm sure you can see we have our Sentinel. The Gauntlets of Life on the Sentinel could be interesting. He's not huge on removal just yet. He might have bounce. So let's play a land. Let's attack. And let's play our Sentinel. Yeah, that is. Listen, I'm happy to take whatever edge. Convolute. I totally didn't think of that. It still amazes me when I see Convolute because it's just not a good card. You're quite right. He might have been. So next turn, possibly Gauntlets and Scorpion. Possibly Gauntlets hold up if the gods willing. Yeah, to turn this into a 5/5 Vigilance Flyer is nice if you can stay in play. Yeah, I was thinking that because all this could really do is ping in for one at a time, which is not too relevant, I don't think. Yeah, I like the gauntlets on this guy and hold up what you just said. What you just said. Okay. Give me your thoughts, but please make it fast because you're attempting to play. Yes, thank you. That's what I get for going with auto tap. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're targeting him. No, we're fine. No, we're fine. Okay, so... Okay. Did we even get to that point the first time? I'm not sure, but you know what? I didn't bother to check to see if the auto tapper was doing it correctly or not, so thank you for that. Okay, that's fine. He's going to attack. And I'm going to put out the Scorpion next turn. Hey Joe, how the heck are you? Good to see you. He's... alright, oh, because my guy is Vigilance, I keep forgetting. Woohoo! Oh, this is nice. I could do Brontodon. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is great. Okay, so we're gonna send in our guy. We can play Brontodon and hold this up. So let's do that. The Brontodon is going to do those 3. That's fine. The Scorpion will do this. That's fine. And we have our cards rolling. This is looking pretty good so far. Okay, can we actually get a win out of this this chimera of a deck? Joe, do you know if New World Manga's doing a draft this Sunday night? I don't know if they are or not. The fact that it's Labor Day weekend may make a difference. Yeah, that would be great. We pass. That's all fine. That's exactly right. Ooh, Vorst Claw. I'm not going to play it because I really want to hold up the God's Willing. Yeah. I think I want to hold this up. So no Vorse Claw yet. Okay. It buys him a turn. Yeah. He does get the scry out of it. Okay, with any luck, it doesn't do him any good. I didn't notice. Did he scry top or bottom? I hear that. And we end the turn. I'm a little surprised he's not attacking with this. Oh, because I have the Scorpion. Duh. Although he may want the card draw. Wow, all these people who are main decking wacky things. I can't do anything about that, can I? Untap, no help. No, there's nothing I can do. That is so strange. People really just main deck the strangest things. Alright, this time we will play the Forced Claw. Yeah, I agree with that. I could send in the Scorpion? Because I have good blockers for everything else. Is it worth it to ping him for one with the Scorpion? Actually, if I do that, I could actually trade the God's Willing for one of these creatures. And I would rather he does not start activating his tracker. So, thoughts? Ping with Scorpion or no? So ping, yes or no? What do you think, guys? I'm willing to try it. I mean, gotta have a little fun every so often, right? And if he thinks he's willing to trade, I don't mind the scry also, actually. Okay. So... protection from green. I don't want to land. So... I feel like the scry was good. Yep. And that's exactly what we did. Alright, he's got 7 mana. Oh, that's bad. And he's gonna start picking up a bunch of wolves. This game was within grasp, but for his natural end. Why did he play that main phase? Yeah, I don't know why. Troll, I don't want the troll. Yeah. I'm going to swing with this stupid guy, because there's not a lot else to do. I can't even swing with him because it'll force me into a bad trade. Actually, that's not true. I ain't going to swing with him because in order for him to have a good trade, he'll need to... I'm going to just swing with the Vorst Claw. the only way to remove it is to double block with this guy. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. And if he just chumps, then okay, I'm really no worse off. Why not the Scorpion again? Because I'm not sure why not. I was thinking I needed to hold it back to block in case he comes in, but he's not going to do that because I have too many profitable blocks. Alright, that was an oversight. You're right, Angst. Again. Ugh. So he's got a 4/4 golem. I need my overcome. Now he has good blocks for my Vorst. Can we get a good draw? Not really, although this will help with his flyers. Any good attacks? I think not. So, any good attacks, yes or no? And I could send in the Scorpion, but he can just trade for one of these stupid guys. Actually, maybe the Scorpion, because losing either of these actually helps. Ah, you're right. So Scorpion with... What do you think? Swing with Scorpion, yes or no? Thank you for that, Misaki. I had overlooked that. Scorpion, yes or no? I really... Not now. Okay, so let's play Spider. And we're passing the turn. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7. I could kill... Okay, end of his turn, if he does nothing very scary, I can follow Misaki's line, get rid of the Golem, and then have a reasonable attack with the Vorst Claw. Or just attack with the Vorst Claw and hold up the removal as a trick in case my opponent is not seeing it. Like I didn't see it. It might be smarter for him to not play spells and start accumulating a bunch of wolves. Interestingly, in a case like this, my two pieces of removal, aerial assault, are both kind of meaningless. Okay, so end of his turn, remove his golem or no? So that is my question to all of you out there. End of his turn, remove golem or no? There's your answer. So, yeah, so remove or not? But again, Alright, so I'm going to pass the turn. Not what I wanted to see. I could attack, and if he uses this golem as a blocker... I will say I am tempted to try that. The more the game goes on, the more he's going to keep accumulating these wolves. I need to draw my Inspired Charge or my Overcome. Hey, Rattlorian. The rest of the draft went. We're in a green and white deck, which is mostly on the embarrassing side as far as I'm concerned. We lost our first game. We're in the middle of our second game, and we're kind of at a board stall. But if things just keep going indefinitely, he'll keep pulling ahead because of his Night Pack ambush. And I think that's a fair summation of where we are. The game would have been ours. We had a Gauntlets of Light on our Sentinel, but our friend was main decking a Naturalize, and I guess they had to go to work? That's so strange. That's so strange. Okay, I'm sure something came up and he had to just stop. Nothing else makes any sense. If any of you have any ideas as to why he just scooped like that, I am at a loss. Was the first game close? It was so-so. It kind of came down to the end, and I did end up drawing a bunch of lands at the end, waiting for some good cards. As Angst pointed out, I may well have made a tactical error with my Loaming Shaman. Okay, anybody out there want to look at the deck before we try game 3? Anybody want to look at our deck? Joe, if you're still there, I'm guessing you haven't seen the deck. Would anybody like to see it? Rattlorian, you got it. Here's what we have at this point. As I say, it is a deck that... listen, we got a win. I'm happy with the win, even though it was kind of an unearned win. We haven't seen our one bomb yet, and I'm reasonably sure that when we do see it, it'll be to an empty board, or, my empty board and his board filled with creatures. Who knows? Any suggestions? Any thoughts? Excuse me, any suggestions or thoughts? Is it worth bringing in the Temple of Mystery instead of a forest just to get the scry effect? Something we should have thought of before. What do you think, guys? Mystery as a tapped forest and scry? Yeah. I'm laughing and crying at the same time at your remark there, Angst. But the question is on the floor. Is it worth it to bring in our tap land instead of a forest? Tap land. Anybody want a tap land? If we do, we'd end up with that. Your vote is no. Nobody else is responding. I am fine with that. And we move on. Alright, so we're 1-1 due to the graces of the universe. Well, this is funny. We have a 2-drop, we have a 3-drop. This guy might come along soon. I think this is a keep. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. And we will be on the draw. Now we can play our Ajani. When we do so, here's hoping it's on a favorable board. Ooh. Fencing ace. I think the fencing ace has to be first. And we may possibly be able to equip him. Yes. I think that's our play. Unless he gets rid of it. Yeah, I'm thinking Ancestral Blade. Ooh, he's having trouble with lands maybe. That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. We could put the Gauntlets of Light on him. And then he'll become a 3/3 double striker. Oh boy. Or I could do this and Feral Invocate. Oh boy, there are too many options here. I think my two best options are just swing, or rather play the spider and pass. Or I could do the blade and equip him. No, that's not going to work. Or I could put Gauntlets of Might. I like it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Radalorian, for your clarity of thinking. Wrong card. So damage. And spider. Thank you. I sometimes see the possibilities and my mind gets a little bit too far ahead of me. Plus the excitement of the moment reduces my clarity of thinking as well. I listen, that's one of the reasons I love streaming and having help with my friends. It just helps. Alright, so I could put out a Johnny. I still have a blocker. I can block him. I think I like a Johnny at this time. Any reason to play something besides a Johnny? I could do him again for the Feral Invocation. Yeah. That was my original line of thinking as well. Hey, Five Fingers, how the heck are you? It's a huge pleasure to see you here. How's it going? What's up? I'm in the middle of a draft. What a surprise, right? And this is insane. Everybody's just scooping left and right. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Rank up? Really? Everybody's just scooping. So the reason I said, you missed it, Five Fingers. Game 2, we had kind of a board stall. I felt like the other guy was going to slowly pull ahead in the absence of anything. And then he just scooped. So, okay. Yeah, good. Well, I don't know if I'd call it a good game, but I am happy for the win. With the indulgence of those who have already seen the deck, any newcomers like Five Finger want to take a quick look at the deck. But this is a limited title offer because I don't want to make I don't want to what's the word, impose on everybody's time too badly. So look at deck or no? Decide now. Okay, we're gonna keep going. If you stick around long enough, we can always look at the deck afterwards. Oh, okay, yeah. Following these streams on a mobile, especially if you want to chat. It's very hard to do. You know, I'd love to. The only thing I could say that I would like to keep up is keeping my opponents too afraid to play. Not as good. Looming Shaman, of course, is better late game. I think I have to keep. I have both of my colors, and I do have a 2-drop. Although I am on the draw. I think this is a keep. What do you think, guys? Mull or keep? I think it's a keep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Okay, and maybe we'll get a nice draw right here and now. Yeah, that wasn't it. Okay, we're gonna take 2 from his spitter. We're gonna... the life gain will be nice if we ever get there. Yeah, I hate to play this on turn 3 with an empty library, but we need some guys on the board. Yeah, especially since he's pressuring me pretty well here. Is anybody unblockable? Who's unblockable? He's unblockable. Yes, but it has to be the grabber, because he set up... What else can you do? Grabber. Yeah, he set up the spitter as unblockable. Right. Okay. Yeah. I just need to stem the bleeding a little bit. I could do him, but no, let's do... no, I'm not gonna do him. So, whoops, target player. Fine. I could attack for 2 and hold this back for blocking. I think that's what I have to do. Because right now he's gonna need... Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like any of my options. And bring out the tracker next turn, and let's see if we can sort of stay in the game until we can more or less stabilize. So Anx, you haven't told me much about yourself. Do you play a lot of limited? Do you play mostly constructed? What are your preferences in the world of Magic? That'll help. I think I like the... Diamond is pretty good. Is that in constructed or in limited? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Clearly you are a man of greater accomplishments than I am. I'm assuming you're a man. I don't know. I don't know for sure what your gender may be. Yeah, let's do the tracker. It's a better marker. And let's see what we can do. I'm gonna hold back because I'd like to block his spitter, because his spitter is attacking too efficiently right now. Getting this out next turn will be a shot in the arm for me. The life boost will help a little. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. When I play the angel, yes indeed. I'm going to attack with... I think I have reasonable attacks in here. I could attack with Oh, but he's only a 3-2. Attack with both of these and try to stabilize a little bit. I'm okay with that. The fact that he's a little bit mana screwed, and I don't mind trying to take advantage of that while I can. So, Angst, do you pretty much agree with Radalorian? Done. Who am I to argue with you accomplished players over there? I hear that, but I'm not terribly impressed with either one of these as a thing on the battlefield. And again, unless you can put something on him to really make him what's the word? To make him an actual threat. Okay, so I think Angel and Vorstclaw. Okay, so definitely swing with the Angel because we have blockers. Angst has something else in mind. I could do actually both of these, but I like the Vorstclaw because it'll force him into multiple blocks. Yeah, I think it has to be the Vorstclaw. Yeah. So that starts really putting pressure on it. I'm at 13. You know, if he keeps doing what he's doing, that puts me on a 7-turn clock. And I can block anything else that he's got pretty profitably. Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's going to just chump block once or twice. And that's still fine. So I'm going to swing with the Vorstclaw and the Angel. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he'll chump. That makes sense. And I can bring out Spider and Sentinel. Okay, and I'm out of cards. He's still stuck on 5 lands, so he still should be able to play most of what he has, depending on his color situation. He may be waiting for another mountain, I don't know. Another Spitter. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so we're sending in all flyers and the Vorstclaw. And we're going to do this at the end of his turn. So flyer, Vorstclaw, flyer. He's going to chump block with something, I assume. He can deal me a fair amount of damage with his unblockable stuff, and he can pump that also. Yeah, I've got nothing more. And that will end my turn, and I will do this. The only trouble with this is it may well turn up one of my my two big tricks, the Overcomer, the white thing, whatever it's called. Right, that is true. And I have reasonable blocks for If he sends this in, I think I may just chump block with something. The score at the moment, in games, I don't even remember. 2-1? Guys, I don't remember. He's at 11, I'm at 9. I have clear board superiority, except he can still send in these silly guys. Are we? Yeah, I think 2-1 sounds right. This shaman is doing good work for him. Otherwise, I'd be sending a lot more. Crasher? Okay, that's good. That would be bananas. So, what do you think? Should I do this guy and look for more creatures? I don't have really anything in the way of good creatures, or just hope for one of my big tricks. I think, yeah, I think you're right. I'm gonna hold off on that. Scorpion, I can send him in. Alright, we're gonna continue doing what we're doing. Anybody else? No. I agree with that, Radalorian, because as we see, all the creatures in this deck are meh at best. The Gauntlet would also help us. We can put it on this guy. Or this guy. I don't think it much matters. He will get his card draw. That is true. That actually helps me a lot, because now my attacks suddenly become a lot more profitable. I think I'm going to hold off, because I think I need non-creature spells. I think I need either the Gauntlets, the white thing, I can't remember what it's called, or Overcome. Boy, he's really staying the course, isn't he? Wonder what he's planning on following up with. He has something. Yeah. So let's block with the Spitter is, I think it's the Spitter that's Scorpion? The Scorpion, well, he needs a trick in order to make one of these others work. I think the Shaman is a better choice, actually. Yeah, that resolves. So, past the blockers. That's true. Well, if he does, then, I mean, there's nothing I can do about it anyway. Really? He's going to pull out this game. Do I have anything I can do? This will just put something in my hand. I can't believe he stole this game. Well, good for him. Wow. Good for you. We did. We blocked. So Angst, I mean, maybe you missed it. Angst, he made the Hound unblockable. And we did block the Spitter, and the Goblin Smuggler he used to make the Hound unblockable. That was it. I'm not sure what else we could have done at that juncture. All right, he pulled that. You know what? Good for him. Good for him. Um, I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so so this is interesting on a lot of different levels. Um, okay, so I'm going to pause for just a little bit before we get back to the draft. So, um, having blocked, it didn't matter what we blocked the spitter with. I think he just did that as a thing because he knew he had lethal anyway. Okay, so blocking the spitter with the ace, blocking it with the shaman made, unless I'm greatly mistaken, it made no difference at all in that outcome. And as far as using the tracker to try to thin out our deck, looking for our non-creature tricks that would have helped, I'm always afraid that one of those would have gotten dumped onto the bottom of the deck. So I don't know. That's exactly right. I'm looking at Rattlorian's last remark, and that's exactly correct. He did that before damage, period. So it got its 3+3+3, and that was the end of it. Yeah. Okay, so interesting end of the game. It went in his favor. Good for him. And I think we're going to go on to our next game. That was interesting. Okay. Let's play our next game. Can we get to 3 victories? I'd like this deck to legitimately win one game. The two entries we have in the win column, I feel like they're not legitimate wins. The other guy scooped sort of inexplicably. So I'd like to get a legitimate win here. 2 assaults, 1 sentinel, 1 God's willing. Ugh. I do not like this hand. If we draw any land, we can play a turn 3 spell. We can get rid of his early creatures that are dealing us damage, but I think I'd rather ship it back. My vote is to mulligan. What do you think, guys? I agree. I also think this is risky. My vote is to mull. Thoughts? Yes, we are all in agreement. Better. We have a 2-drop, a 3-drop. We have some removal. Better. And I'm going to ship back a plains. Yep. Alright. Alright. How can we do here? Alright, let's play our silly ace. We had an ace up our sleeve. But we weren't on the fence much about it, were we? Chaplin. Heh. Alright, no good attacks here. We'll play our spider. Pass the turn. So I'm full of bad jokes all the time. You should just pity my poor wife, who's been living with it for many years. Okay. Still no good attacks. I guess we'll play our Inquisitor, because what the heck? Yeah. Okay. So why is it he has 6 cards in his hand and I only have 2? So we both have 3 permanents out. We both have 4 lands out. We both have... He has more cards. He has twice... Well, you know what I mean. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could trade... 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I could just take 3. I hate to trade. Yeah, I think that's good. I like it. Another Inquisitor. This costs 3. So at this point I could attack and threaten to... Oh no, what am I saying? He'll just become first strike. We can do those 3, that's fine. Play this. And I have no cards in my hand. Alright, so I feel like this draft could end with a whimper instead of a bang. We'll see what happens. Wonder if he's got 3 colors or if he's just going to evolve for another planes. That's true. That's almost as good. I feel like saving that as a trick. I can do it defensively. Or I could do it now. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could attack for 7. And if he doesn't block, then it would become 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Or get rid of any of his creatures. I feel like if I attack now, I'm telegraphing. Okay, Five Fingers, thanks for stopping by. I'll need all the luck I can get. I feel like hanging back and keeping this as a trick. Although it's a little bit of a waste at that point. So what do you think, guys? Attack or hold back? Alright. And let's try a stupid bluff. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. I'll get rid of this guy, and yeah, I may as well. Yep. I do have the overrun. Overrun, of course, is best with a bunch of creatures in play. But we all know that, of course. We all know that. What did he just play? He played... Oh, that guy. That's interesting. You know, instead of interesting, read annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna do this. Ugh, this is bad. He's gonna give this. Yeah, not looking good. Boy, he can make this a 3, 4, 5, 6. Adam, I haven't seen you in a heck of a long time. You no longer live... No, it doesn't look good. You're living abroad these days? Tell me your story real quick. I'm serious. It's been way over a month since, maybe a couple months since I've seen you. I hope everything's been good with you. No, it looks really bad. And if by some miracle we survive this game, I can show you the deck, which is somewhere between embarrassing and bad. Busy is good. Busy with work, family, streaming, magic. What kind of stuff you busy with? Ugh. Okay, sure. A shaman. I'm gonna shaman and put all those guys back in, because what the hell? Having another assault is fine with me. Studies. Now, okay, so I've read this on some of your Discord or whatever posts. I'm trying to remember, you're in some sort of IT? I can't remember. Oh yeah, that's gonna make short work of us. A spider would be nice. Ancestral blade is not a lot of help. You're at school, right? School. So you haven't necessarily relocated there. So how long have you been there? I know it's been at least a while. I can equip him to make him a little bit more of a threat. But I'm on a 3-turn clock just from this guy. A couple years already. Do you like it there? Is it a place you think you might consider settling down? Or I can make him a 3-3, 2-2. Let's make him a 2-2. For all the good it'll do us. Again, just for... Okay. Never been to Switzerland. Is it the sort of place that's worth visiting? Any good attacks? Not really. 1, 2, 3. Any good attacks? Because, again, he has lethal, and I need to decide in the next 2 seconds. I guess not. Okay, good for you. Am I ever on the back foot? Wow. Yeah, my friends, I think it was just not to be with this deck. I really was hoping for one legitimate win, but it would take nothing. I think the only chance I have right now is if he disconnects. I have a chump blocker, I guess that's something. Yeah, no good attacks. He has a 6. Yeah. Boy. And I said that with real feeling. I hope you can appreciate that. It shuts. That's true. and that shuts down the shutter downer. Where's my Brontodon? That's true, I didn't see any pacifisms. The only pacifism I saw, I had to bypass. Yeah. The only pacifism that we saw, we had to pass in favor of the Ajani. That's it, my friends. Bad deck, bad luck. Kind of the perfect thing. Thank you to you guys for helping to avoid some of the errors that I was about to make or may have been about to make. All right, so we'll take our 2 non-legitimate wins, because what the heck. See if we opened anything good, and then we'll go see if there's anybody worth reading. Ley line of combustion. Okay. One of my friends is raiding, so I think we're going to try for that. So before I do that, thank you again so much to everybody for your help, for visiting. Any new people, I hope you'll consider following me, because I'd love to see you back as often as your schedule will allow. So I hope you will consider that. Let's go now to my friend 247. Did that work? Maybe it didn't work. Let me try that again. Okay, did I spell it correctly? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, great. Thanks again. We will indeed get them next time. That's the spirit. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll catch you next time, Friday. Not sure of the time. I will make sure my schedule, my widget stays updated. That is all. I'll see you next time, my friends.